It's time for
award.
Where did this come from?
Today, the award goes to New York Times blogger and Obama's favorite economist, Paul Krugman, who just got hired by the City University of New York to drop by once in a while. Apparently, the school's going to pay the Krugster 25 grand a month to play a modest role at events dealing with inequality. Let's recap. Krugs will yak about inequality for 25 G's a month. This is genius. For is there no better way to point out the absurd extremes of inequality than getting paid 8 times what other professors get? And no teaching. This is pure performance art, a stroke of masterful self-perpetuating employment. It's like a fireman getting paid for arson, a doctor spreading the flu so he can treat it. He creates the problem and arrives on the scene to provide the solution. He's like alcohol. One question, though, will he rage against his own contribution to inequality, a thing that he roundly condemns? And what are the professors getting by on 36 G's a year, not a month? Will they complain, or will they keep on reading Chomsky, caressing their love patches, eating day-old tofu in torn underpants? Fact is, Krug wins. He knows the only way you can get away with being rich is if you parrot lefty assumptions about the evil rich. Calling them evil excuses your own. It's a great gig, and Krugman is king. Knowing there's a sucker born every minute, he just scored the biggest lollipop ever. I think he should be paid more, Dana.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, and then that raises the bar for everybody else, so we can all start getting paid more?
Yes, everybody should get paid more.
Okay.
You should get $100,000 just for burping.
For walking down the street?
Yeah.
For that. Remember that it was City University of New York where General David Petraeus was asked to teach a class. Remember, he was chased by the students.
Yeah.
And he said, fine, you know what? I'll teach there. I want to teach this honors course, and I'll do it for $1.
Yeah.
That's integrity and character.
It is. Eric, he doesn't even have to deal with students.
Can I ask you a quick question? Love patch.
Yeah, it's the
soul patch, isn't it?
Maybe it's soul patch. Some people call it love patch. I call it offensive.
Maybe there's something I'm missing here.
Yes.
You know where they do get paid just to wake up in the morning? Saudi Arabia, because of the mineral rights that are underneath the country. Anyway, okay, so Krugman is the typical liberal hypocrite. Like Bloomberg with guns. You know, I'm against guns, except for my guns right here are protecting me. I'm against income inequality, except for my income. My income's cool. If yours is too much, that's not cool anymore. It's just liberal hypocrisy, and all of the Hollywood elites who talk about the same crap. I guess maybe he should donate it if he really means it.
He should donate it to Bob. Bob, 2 months he makes more than a professor there for a year or whatever. Yeah. They must be choking.
You're also forgetting about the $30,000 3-year travel and research budget and a graduate assistant, 450 hours a year. Here's the problem with this. There is income inequality in America. There is no doubt about that. And a guy like Krugman, who makes a living off of writing about it, all he does is hurt the cause. This is the kind of story that lets somebody like Eric Bolling just go off like he just did, when in fact the matter is there is income inequality. It is unfair. And Krugman, all he does by doing this is making it worse.
Andrea, he even admitted that the deal was generous.
What's he supposed to say? Yeah. He wanted more money, and he probably would have taken it if he would have gotten more. So CUNY is a school that's run by the city of New York, but a lot of the money comes out of the state treasury. So if I'm a New York taxpayer, which I am, I'd be pretty furious about this because the state and the city are facing big budget deficits. So to your point, Greg, shouldn't this money go to an actual teacher in the classroom?
Right.
Or maybe a needy student as part of a scholarship? Because if anyone isn't needy, it's Paul Krugman. Let's just hope he does more for CUNY than he did for Enron. Because remember, he has a history of being a consultant, doing exactly what the left hates, being one of these bigwig consultants for corporate America. Now he's doing it yet again. I hope he helps CUNY more than he helped Enron, because look what happened to Enron. But this is the two Americas that Obama created. He talks about two Americas, the connected and the not connected. And we're not connected. He is, Lois Lerner is, all the other ones are as well.
Do CUNY's kids, just a question, do they have to pay for their school, or do they?
I think it's a very small tuition.
Small amount?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear him talk about income inequality?
No, I think I'll throw
All right,
up.
but then how will he explain this? And he will say this is not greed because he cares. As long as you care, correct? Isn't that how you get out of this?
It's like when they attacked the Koch brothers for donations to causes that they philosophically and
just for those
ideologically
things, but
disagree
that's right.
with. But the Koch brothers are actually the most generous. I remember being at the Lincoln Center, where the big theater there where all the dances take place, the ballet was donated by the Koch brothers. And you read like the New York Times. It's such an interesting picture. You have the New York Times headlines, screaming about how evil the Koch brothers are. Meanwhile, they have donated all of this money for this building right above it.
Meanwhile, they underwrite every right-wing cause in America.
Liberals should love them.
Bloomberg does with guns.
Can we just point out what the issue with the liberal is, the liberal progressive is with income inequality, that the top end strives to make more money, right? That's the issue. Well, Paul Krugman is doing exactly that. I'm not begrudging Paul Krugman making a lot of money. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
however, don't get on your high horse and say what a terrible idea it is to go. I guarantee his agent negotiated that deal up from whatever they were.
He's also the Paul Krugman, put it in context, who said that we should fake an alien invasion to stimulate the economy. So why is he put on a pedestal to begin with?
Yeah,
I think one thing he might say as an excuse of this, I think he might say that he has advocated that the rich should pay higher taxes, and that if he makes more money because he's so brilliant, that then he'll pay higher taxes for it. That might be what he
should
said.
donate it.
We could handle all this with a $20 an hour minimum wage.
There you go.
How does that help? How does that help?
Well, because it'll make a lot of people get a lot more money, and there's a lot more money in the
How long? How long do you think
I say 50.
No, 100.
You're very
100.
generous.
I know.
100
No, because why do we have to stop at 20?
And a car.
And a car. There you go. Well, let's Oprah-fy this.
Right.
Okay.
Well,